Hello and welcome to Broken Arrow. Today I'm playing the campaign and I'll be playing on the hardest possible difficulty. As always, I've been anticipating this game for a very long time, for more than a year. So I'm happy to finally released. So let's start. Also, a quick note, I skipped through the cutscenes of the game. So this is the first mission. Already played the first and second mission just to see how it is. So now I'll play again while recording. Okay.
Good morning, Commander.
Skip through the cutscene.
Have you seen me on the news? Everyone's talking about this exercise.
Okay, so this is just an exercise, but it's also a bit interesting. I think this is important to play if you're new at the game. But at the same time, you can't skip while playing this campaign, so you don't have much of a choice. Especially if you want to jump onto the multiplayer. You need a lot of experience on this single player.
No offense, but she's more talkative than you.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
Well, Commander, I guess we're the bone then.
Okay.
Miller's hotel is on the way to the training area. Let's hope he's in a better mood than the General.
Troop transport reporting in.
So through this mission, I'll be skipping all the journeys.
Well, let's see how much time it'll take you to hit all these targets, Commander.
Send coordinates. Order, ready to fire.
Sir, the vehicles must be kept on the shooting platform for safety reasons.
Order ready. Send mission. Roger, fire coordinates received.
Dispersion increases with distance. That's why more rounds are needed to hit targets located further away. Smart munitions don't have this problem. They are much more accurate and can correct their trajectory to hit a target designated by a laser.
Call for fire received. Order ready to engage, sir. Copy. Fire coordinates received. Order at your command, sir.
As you can see, this battlefield management interface enables extremely responsive fire missions.
Next to the
It was I
Air
who sold
defense.
that concept to Congress. Glad to see it works in practice, too. Just passing right over my head. It was lovely.
Defense here. We're combat ready.
Hey, why is the radar of this Patriot turned off?
It's the standard procedure to keep the radar turned off by default, to keep the unit mobile and avoid destruction by anti-radiation missiles. They can still use their backup tracking systems to target aircraft, but in this mode, their detection and engagement range are limited.
Then switch this radar on, Commander. Let's see how far target practice drones can be detected and engaged. Wow, the range of these missiles is impressive.
The efficiency of the radar depends on the altitude of the target. Low-flying aircraft are harder to detect, and helicopters cannot be targeted at all as they fly below the minimum detection altitude of the radar. That's why short-range air defense, SHORAD, is needed to complement long-range surface-to-air missiles.
A fine demonstration of our firepower, Commander. The message is clear. No country equipped with our anti-aircraft systems need worry about its airspace being violated.
Sir, the vehicles must be kept on the shooting platform for safety reasons. This is the tank firing range. A platoon of M1A2 Abrams is ready for the demonstration.
Cab, ready to roll.
Tank armor is much stronger on the front than on the sides. The training of our crews consists in maneuvering to engage the enemy from the flank, while minimizing the exposure of their own flanks. Tanks carry different types of rounds. Explosive rounds to engage infantry and lightly armored vehicles, and armor-piercing rounds to explosive rounds are equally effective at any distance, but the penetration of armor-piercing rounds increases the closer you get to the target. You should move closer to the targets to demonstrate the increased penetrating power of the kinetic ammunition, Commander.
Yeah, I'll move until it's 100%.
Heavy armor is ready to rumble. Abrams, ready to roll.
Very well. Now, can you send as many targets as possible? Let's see what a Soviet invasion of Europe would have looked like.
Heavy cab, ready to roll. Driver, repair.
Our tanks benefit from good reverse speed, as with Russian design tanks. This allows us to move backward to avoid being overrun, while maintaining our powerful frontal armor facing the enemy. Well, this is it. 70 tons of American diplomacy.
Moving there now.
You mean 7? We cannot let that happen. Not today.
Don't worry, sir. We have the necessary supplies to repair them. The commander will call a cargo truck from the support group and make sure they bring a big load of supplies with them. As soon as the supplies are unloaded next to the vehicles, the crew will handle the repairs automatically.
Heavy transport here, send traffic.
The vehicles are now fully operational again.
Perfect. Now let's move on. Certainly. It'll be a nice change from those little private helicopters that fly like cabs.
Cargo helicopters can transport troops and supplies, but also vehicles as long as their weight allows it. One of our vehicles broke down during a maneuver exercise. Let's go and recover it with our helicopter. The hooks are in place. Now let's drop it off at the repair station.
Thrusting forward. Roger that. On our way to the DZ. Emergency unload.
The vehicle has been unloaded. The mechanics will get it back in working order.
Flying there.
How about a little target practice now, counselor? Get behind one of the machine guns, and we'll put you in range of some targets to shoot at.
But I have never fired a machine gun before.
Don't worry, it's very simple, and I'll be here to help.
Get to 100% penetration since they can't fire back.
Come on, get some! Woo! Yeah! Get some! Get some! Yeah!
Pretty impressive for someone who's never shot before.
Already there.
That must be a natural.
All the targets are down. Let's head back to the helipad. The offer.
The strikers.
At the moment, I'm tied to my current assignment.
Someone called for a cab?
I see. Well, think about it. Yeah, I know that. Send the targets. Let's see that in practice.
In absence of a specific command, the gunners communicate their targets to each other. If a missile is already in flight, the other gunner will give priority to another target. That way, no missiles are wasted.
It's a pleasant surprise to see I'm not the only one worrying about the taxpayers' money here.
range of the missiles can be superior to the detection range of the unit, so they generally work alongside recon units. The gunners are trained to switch targets mid-flight if the initial target disappears or if instructed to do so. This is particularly useful, as the long flight time of the missile can give time to the enemy to take cover or activate their smoke dischargers.
I hope you use the old TOW 2A for this demonstration. The new Top Attack TOW 2B costs twice as much, so using them against anything other than a tank is a waste of resources.
Don't worry, sir. We use special training ammunition, both cheaper and less hazardous than regular ammo during exercises.
What's going on?
It's a good sign, sir. Our troops are exercising their camouflage skills here. They try to reach the target area undetected by staying away from the hostile patrols, staying in cover as much as possible, and sprinting to move across open areas faster. Recon units are specially trained and equipped to remain as discreet as possible. They have a reduced visual, thermal, and electronic signature that makes them harder to detect.
Electronic signature? So they refrain from posting geolocalized selfies during the mission? Impressive.
Copy. We're moving in silence. Sneaking in. We move in silence. Walking like ghosts. Moving quietly. Double time.
Okay.
Infiltrating. Moving silent.
Well, well. Looks like we have hide-and-seek champions.
Be ready.
To that last one.
What's being built here?
Nothing. The rules are simple. We try to capture their sector, and they try to capture ours.
Sounds good. Let's see what you're made of, Commander.
Good copy. Next waypoint received. Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
Infantry weapons have varying ranges and efficiencies. Long-range support weapons usually require the unit to be static,
Eyes and ears, sir.
while short-range assault weapons can be fired on the move. Assault weapons are also more effective once in range, and can be used to breach buildings held by enemy
Mission's
units.
over. Heading back to FOB. Striker, ready for action. Weapons team ready. Striker awaiting orders.
Vehicles can provide excellent fire support, but are vulnerable to infantry anti-tank rockets. They must therefore be kept out of their range as much as possible.
Striker reporting in. Moving there now. Already there. Copy. Relocating. Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Rangers here. Someone call for a cab? Pedal to the metal. We take that building. Pedal to the metal.
When units are under fire or take damage, their stress level increases, which makes them less efficient. There are two levels of stress expressed by a blinking orange or red color on their label.
Someone ask for a ride?
When a unit is low on ammo or heavily damaged, it's preferable to send it back to base rather than abandoning it to its fate. Units sent back to base become available again sooner, and you'll receive a bonus of requisition points proportional to their condition.
Transport. Standing by. All asses dismount. On ass, everybody. Raise your hand, combat. What are your orders? Roger, we're in combat. All trench monkeys, dismount.
Well, that was a good show, Commander.
Okay.
But it demonstrates one thing. Our allies are not ready at all to defend themselves.
We're done with
Had it been the Russians
first
in front
part.
of them today, they would have been slaughtered.
Failure is part of
One more
training,
part
sir.
and then
They're only reservists.
can go to
They will
the
continue to
second
serve.
mission.
That's all well and good.
Shut up, Miller! Commander, you will be leading this demonstration. Call in an A-10 and order it to destroy the marked targets. Planes must work in coordination with recon to target enemy ground units. The recon detects and identifies the target while the plane maneuvers to attack it. Sound of that gun always gives me chills. It reminds me of, well, whatever. Send the plane back to base before it runs out of fuel. Now call in a Harrier to make a bombing run.
Oh, great. Another old crate.
New heading set. Preparing to pickle. Back to Texaco.
Send the plane back to base before it runs out of fuel. All right, Commander, send in the F-15EX now.
Finally.
This plane is equipped with a laser designation pod and smart bombs. You mark the target with the pod, and the bombs will correct their trajectory to hit with pinpoint accuracy.
Let's hit Mark 1.
You see, making gun runs and guiding missiles is outdated. Now, you drop a bomb from as far as you can and you let it do the job for you.
Well, let's try again with a moving target this time. And you'll see that a human is still needed to predict the target's trajectory.
Coordinates received. Commencing attack.
When you take one of these bombs on the face like that, the coffin they send back home doesn't weigh much. Believe me. Send in a second F-15, Commander. This time to demonstrate its air-to-air capabilities against drones.
We have potential buyers for dozens of these planes, so make sure these drones are shot down nice and clean, Commander.
Remind me, Miller, are we here to defend these people or to sell them weapons?
Selling them weapons means they can defend themselves. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. I just make sure they buy from the right bait and tackle shop.
Drone destroyed. Proceed to next target.
New bearing set.
Second target destroyed.
3 out of 3.
There's one more drone, Commander. Finish it. Great job, Commander. If we don't land a contract for a few jets after that, I'll be damned.
General, we've got a problem. I've asked confirmation from the airbase, and they sent 3 drones as planned, not 4.
Oh, shit. Don't tell me we scratched some civvies who can't read a
We'll also continue in the second mission, and then complete the first part of the campaign later. I think the next mission can be able to select difficulty.
The Lithuanian government
The so-called humanitarian convoy is like spitting in our face.
Convoy has been spotted a few miles down this highway, sir.
No time to lose then. This crossroad is the last position where we can stop them before they reach the city. Send your troops there immediately, Commander.
Okay, so starting the second mission. So,
Roger. Moving out. Already there.
The convoy is approaching. We're tracking its position with a drone.
Hurry up! Capture the crossroad before they reach it.
Remember, this is officially a humanitarian convoy, and unless proven otherwise, it must be considered as such. Act with extreme caution here, General.
Yeah, of course. Commander, make sure our troops are instructed to hold their fire and engage only if fired upon.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
We are holding the crossroad, General. They are approaching rapidly. Maybe they didn't see us. Shall we fire a warning shot?
Negative! Hold your fire and stay in the middle of the road. Show them we're here and they'll back off.
They stopped.
It looks like they're hesitating.
I guess they weren't expecting us. Come on, now is the moment of truth. Either they go back or they try to pass in force.
Look, they're moving back.
Thank God we won't have a war on our hands today. Congratulations, General. I have to admit, I didn't think it would be that easy.
No, wait. They turned left. What are they doing?
They're trying another approach to bypass us. Commander, redeploy your troops on these crossroads. Show them we're not here by accident.
Recon vehicle standing
Don't
by.
forget to call reinforcements. We'll need all the help we can get to cover all these crossing points.
First crossroad secured.
Ain't nothing gonna get in the highway. Troop transport ready. Copy. Fire only when fired upon.
Second crossroad secured, sir.
Roger. We're on the move. Striker here. We're combat ready. Copy. Relocating.
They've stopped again.
Striker, ready for action.
Enemy soldiers have dismounted from the trucks and started moving in our direction. We got positive identification of weapons. I repeat, PID of weapons.
Hold your fire! This is a game of chicken. Whoever shoots first takes the blame.
And whoever gets shot first dies. Williams, drop a bomb on the road in front of them as a warning. We must show where our red line stands.
Get out in 10 seconds. Not 10 fucking
Our drone has been shot down.
Already
It's clear they're not coming to shake hands. You're authorized to engage, Commander.
Roger.
Armed vehicles are detaching from the bulk of the convoy. They're moving up in our direction. Prepare for an assault.
Cargo
Establish defensive positions in the buildings near the crossroads on our flank, Commander. And make sure our troops are resupplied. If one of these positions is overwhelmed, fall back on the main crossroad and hunker down there. I scrambled jets to provide fire support, but they won't be there before 30 minutes. Your orders are simple. Hold at all costs until they arrive.
Your men will never hold that long. Give me a minute. We have a pair of AC-130 gunships in the area. 10 minutes.
Cargo dumped. Striker here. Striker reporting in. Striker ready. Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me. This is becoming a pedal run. Ain't nothing gonna get in our way. Striker, ready for action. Fire only when fired upon. Recon vehicle, ready for action. Armored transport, ready. Pedal to the metal. Fly truck, ready to transport. In the line, all out, please. Can Roger, we're rolling. Cargo truck, ready. Locking gear, set trap. Look back out! Looks like we got us a convoy. One more hit, my truck is done. Put that hammer down. In a big hole here, we gotta move. Get out, Jonas, let's get away. Roger, moving to next waypoint. Moving out. One more hit and our vehicle's done! Bumping smoke. Last word. Smoke redeployed. Get your head out of your foot, point of contact and move out! Move the fuck up! Shut your crow catcher and move out! Striker, engaged in combat! Anti-tank vehicle standing by! Move your fucking asses! Striker, ready for action! Combat vehicle at your command, sir! Good copy. Next waypoint
Be advised,
received.
Commander. A second wave of vehicles has
Pedal to
forced
the
the
metal.
border and is approaching on the highway. They are accompanied by self-propelled howitzers this time.
Copy. Relocating.
Static defenses will be hammered by their artillery, so use the mobility of the strikers to avoid their fire.
ATGM carrier, standing by. Tanks are dead. We're in the missile age now. Recon team, taking fire over here!
Lithuanian units have arrived and will hold the outskirts of the town on our left. Fall back on the main crossroad and hunker down there to receive the main Russian assault.
Okay, so can I go to here?
Their artillery fires volley after volley without repositioning. Sadly, our orders lack the range to provide counter battery without exposing themselves.
They're just asking to be beaten. Williams, contact the Lithuanian artillery battery that was training with the strikers. Those PCH 2000s will come in handy.
At once, sir. Sir, the Lithuanian artillery responded. One of their platoons is already on its way. You can call it as reinforcement, Commander.
The situation is getting dire here, Miller. When are those planes coming?
Almost there. Just hold on a few more minutes.
Need to destroy the artillery now.
Proceeding to next base of fire. Moving. Defensive smoke. Smoke screen deployed. Pedal to the metal.
Hmm.
Vehicle ready. Forward, go. Roger. We're on the move. Okay, Roger. We're rolling. Keep driving. Holy shit, that was close. Fire vehicle engaged. Roger.
I almost got all the missions if I was better at macroing my troops.
That was a close shave. The Striker Brigade is in poor shape and needs to be withdrawn. But they bought us precious time to organize our next move. Congratulations, Commander.
No time for congratulations. Reports indicate Russian penetrations on all the main axes leading to the 3 capital cities of the Baltic states. So there you have it, General. Your long-awaited war.
Okay, at least that was not so bad. If I could just macro my troops a bit better, don't lose a single unit. Okay. So yeah, that's the end of the episode, and hope to see you in the next episode. KD 4.44 destruction. Okay, so I'll make this part 1, combining the first tutorial and this second mission, then we can continue another day.